Hi Siri, I'm looking for a new podcast, one that preferably is hosted by a UF Hall of Famer, one that airs every weekday that would bring me everything I need to know about the Florida Gators, including news, analysis, and opinions. Siri, is there such a show?
Have you heard of PodUp with Matthews in the morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or any podcast platform?
Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? UF Hall of Famer Shane Matthews has a show every weekday. I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow. Thanks, Siri.
Good morning. It's a live edition of PodUp with Matthews in the morning from the International Diamond Center Studios, locations across the state of Florida, right there in Celebration Point in the heart of Gator Nation. Go check them out, International Diamond Center. Today's show we'll have JC. We'll do some Peachland Dental golf picks and talk other sports. Then we'll have Edgar Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel get his thoughts on Tiger Woods and what he's seen at Gator spring practice. JC, you're on the Take No More hotline. Yeah. What's going on?
Well, last night was tough, man. You lose the game on a pass ball in the 8th inning to JU. You let them get 3 in the 8th inning, but the pass ball kind of sucks. But baseball is going to be something I really kind of put my finger on here in the next couple months. I'm into it. I like this league. I like the SEC. I like that there's a team out west that's number one that's going to end up being disappointed by the end of the road. And I like the fact that the odds on these teams in the SEC are all 4-digit odds basically, except Texas, which is 8-1. So, you've got some good teams, highly ranked teams. Florida's at 21 right now on the ESPN top 25 poll. Mississippi State and Texas are the two highest ranked SEC teams. Texas is 2, State is 4. But you've got some newcomers like Alabama 16. They were in last week, but they've moved up with a sweep of Auburn. You got Georgia ranked at number 5. They're pretty good. So, and then Vandy and Kentucky are two teams not ranked, but you can get 60-1 odds on them to win it all. So that's pretty interesting to me. I like the SEC in baseball. I'm gonna follow it. But yesterday, QB, I did the show on the picks show, the gambling show. I love Illinois this weekend, QB. I just think Illinois is going to just hammer UConn. And I know that's probably not a popular pick, but
what makes you think that?
I just think the way they're playing efficiently right now. You mentioned that stat that that Houston hadn't gotten to the free throw line until late in the game. That's just incredible to me. That's hard to believe. Now, maybe that's a function of the way the game was called by the officials, but
I think it's more of that because it's physical. As physical as Houston plays, for them to not go to the free throw line,
unbelievable.
Blows my mind.
But I like what Brad Underwood's doing, and I think this is a team that most people did not have in their Final Four. So I think it's easy to pick Arizona, and it's easy to pick Michigan, and it's easy to pick UConn because of their pedigree. But to me, the winner of the Michigan Arizona game is going to win this tournament. That's what I believe.
I still believe that too. Andy's question on Facebook Live brought to you by Melvin Law. He says, where do you think Ollie is more likely to go, Purdue or Stetson? It ain't Purdue, Stetson.
Purdue?
But I don't know if he'd be a good if I remember correctly, I thought Stetson is an up and down tempo team.
Oh, well, that won't work.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going to go. I think it's going to be a very low level school like a Stetson or Division II.
I can't see him.
He just can't play at that level.
No. It's just too hard. If you can't get on the floor at Florida, it's probably the same story.
Well, people forget he's a walk-on.
Right, but he didn't play, and I don't see how he's going to play at Purdue.
No.
So why would they
Purdue,
put him on the
I guess he's saying Purdue because Purdue, Matt Painter has been known to take 7'4" guys. Remember Zach Edey?
Yeah, I do.
Have a guy this year. It was like 7'3", I think.
Where does Zach?
7'9". He's still not
7'9".
He just can't move, man.
Where does Zach Edey end up? Do you know where he went?
He went to like the Grizzlies. I don't know if he plays or not. I don't follow the NBA.
Yeah, I don't follow the NBA either, so I'm with you there. Before I ask you that, so I've been getting text messages from our great tailgate leader, the mayor, the Florida Gators, greatest tailgate on campus with the Saturday mornings, and it goes till the rest of the day. the Harmonic Woods tailgate. And Mayor sent me this. Put it up, Zach. It's the picture of the 1956 Florida Gators playing Auburn. And there they are. I don't know if you can see this, folks, if we have it up or not, but there it is. Gator bait right there on the 50-yard line. Right there on the 50-yard line. Gator bait. Look at Florida Field, man. Look at the stadium there.
Beautiful.
That's 1956. Isn't that just a great picture? And right behind it, on the right side of that picture, you have Alligator Alley, also known as Florida Gymnasium, which I spent a lot of my childhood in, watching the Fighting Gators battle everybody in that very loud, noisy, and very much a home court advantage building. The Gators were never really great like they are now in basketball back then, but they would win a couple games in games they shouldn't have won against favored teams in that building because of that building. So this is a historic picture. I love it. Thank you to the mayor for sending it. But look at that. Gator bait just right there on the 50-yard line. And that is the east side of the stadium, of course. And that is in 1956, just before Steve Spurrier actually ended up going to the University of Florida. You know, as one of the most famous Florida Gators to ever put foot on the field. So I just really like that picture. I think it's cool. So thank you, Mayor. Thank you for sending that. And thank you for contributing to our Emmy Award-winning show.
Very true. Emmy Award winning. Text from Rick and Jupiter on the Titan Mar text line. A lot of the millennials are celebrating the stadium upgrades because the Wi-Fi is going to
Love it.
improve. Now they will look at their phones more than the game. Probably true. JC, I want to get your thoughts. We talked about this briefly yesterday.
Heard that.
You know, there's the certain Gator fan, season ticket holder that doesn't want anything. They don't care about all the amenities. Then there's
Okay.
the other ones that want the amenities.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
kind of in between. I know you have to have certain things, but JC, you know, I've said it multiple times. I've never understood the skyboxes because nobody watches the games in the sky.
That's all about money raising and people that don't matter, meaning they don't matter in terms of who wins or loses. They matter in terms of just putting the filling up the bank account. The amount of money they can raise off those things is very important. And I'll say this, stadiums are important to me because look, where else does in one town 200,000 people rally in one place for 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours ever? It's in that stadium and it's that stadium area. And I want functioning bathrooms. I don't want concession stand lines that go 50 yards into oblivion, and trying to get through the concourse is impossible. This is just for the normal fan that buys their ticket. I don't think there's anything wrong with making it better. And so it's $400 million. Okay, well, you know what? You love Florida football. You have to sometimes, once in a while in your life, do a little bit more than maybe just pay for a ticket. Or you can say, no, I'm not going to pay for a ticket. I'm going to let someone else do it. But someone else always will. That place is always going to have people in it. In my mind, you want to make it as enjoyable as possible and as less sweaty and as less cramped and as less uncomfortable as possible. It's time to upgrade. You know, I play golf at this golf course. It's the only one in town that has a actual membership that you pay a monthly due, you pay a cart fee if you have to, or you pay a greens fee and all this other stuff. And it's private. And they have not upgraded their golf facility in terms of the pro shop, the locker rooms, the bathrooms. They've done the restaurant, but it was a very minimal upgrade. And it just doesn't add to the experience when you have obsolete things. When you outgrow something that's 20, 30, 40 years old, I think it's time to upgrade it. And if it costs money, just throw it in there. Spend the money because this is for you. The stadium is for the fans. The football field is 100 by 50, whatever. The stadium is for the fans. Make it nice and make it comfortable. I'm all for it. Spend the damn
But here's the
money.
thing, making it comfortable is not going to do any good because people are going to stand the whole damn game anyway. I mean, that's what they do.
You know, one of the and they do that on the east side where the students are the most part, and also on the west too. But if people were actually comfortable in their seats, and not sitting on an aluminum bench,
I agree,
that's
JC,
this
but
wide, they might sit.
Our radio booth is on the west side.
Yeah.
The west side, the alumni side, and literally I just look out, and now I can't even see because they need to redo that. It's bad because I can't even see the scoreboards.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's got to change.
Okay. But when I look down at the fans, they're all
Yeah.
standing the whole
Yeah.
game,
No,
even at their age.
I hear you, QB. I just think that if you had a nice chairback seat with a little cup
They're
holder,
still going to stand. The
probably
Georgia
so.
Dome, SEC championship game.
Yeah.
I complained about this yesterday.
Yeah.
When I go, I sit on the 50-yard line. People want to stand the whole game.
Well, instead of seats, we could just put bars there.
They probably
and just
should.
lean over
Everybody
like
sits
this.
down. They sit down during TV timeouts.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I guess I'm in the minority. I think upgrade that shit. I'm sick of looking at old stuff I went to Ohio State this past season for a game against Penn State. We took a leak in a trough. And now the line went fast. You went in there, you threw your business out, and you just flooded the trough. Okay, fine. Then you walk out and it's like moving. But man, it felt like something in the 40s. It just was brutal. That stadium at Ohio State is so damn old, QB. I've never seen so many bench seats in one place in my life for a program like that. And, I think I said earlier in a show a couple months ago that Ohio State lost money. They lost money in their athletic department last year, 38 some odd $1 billion. And this is a school that was national champions 2 years ago and was right there again this year. It's hard to believe that they can't find ways to improve things to make the experience a little bit better for the fans. I'm all for improving the experience for the fans. I just heard from the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are going to play in Orlando next year. That has already been finalized. You knew this from the beginning. That was a very good call on your behalf because you knew the intricacies of what they have to do for the NFL because you were an NFL player. But in the Jacksonville Jaguars situation, they're going to take the upper deck off. So there's going to be construction everywhere. But the final product in 2028 is going to be good enough for that city to host the Super Bowl. And it's going to be an economic bonanza for Duval County and for Jacksonville. I think these are things you have to do. You have to invest if you want things to improve. If you don't, you're going to fall behind. You're going to become obsolete. This school has got a history of becoming obsolete with the facilities that we bitched about from 2000 to 2014 when everybody else was running away from us in terms of a football facility, a football building, practice facilities, baseball field, all this stuff. It's just a fact of life, folks. When things get better and bigger, you gotta move with the times. And if it costs money, then spend it because that's what the hell else you gonna do with the money? You can't take it with you. So make it better and let's go. If you got to roll bonds, you got to roll bonds. Just don't make them high yield bonds. But hopefully your credit quality is okay during the underwriting, so you don't have to pay a huge interest rate. But if it's got to be bonds, then damn, do bonds. Do whatever it takes to get this thing right, and people are going to come because Sumrall is going to win. And when Sumrall wins, you're going to want to go. And yeah, I know people like to stand, but that's just the generation we live in right now, I suppose. I don't know.
MSRK on YouTube, brought to you by Claude Plum, says those boxes usually come with parking close to the stadium as you don't have to walk a mile to get in. That's true, but I tailgate with 3 different individuals that are on the first row, closest to the Heisman statues that you can get.
Yeah.
And they sit out in the regular bleachers.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I know some of the folks in the 7th floor and the 6th floor that actually go out to their seats too. So some people up there in the skyboxes like to watch the game, QB. Not everybody, but yeah, you're right. Most of it is just for
you should be in your kitchen at home.
But then they won't give you the money. They won't give you the money if they stay in the kitchen.
Lynn on the Titan More text line says, so if Billy takes the North Carolina job, do we keep his name on the court? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, what he did in Florida, you're not gonna forget that. No way. Yeah.
All right. Kevin wants me to ask you on the Titan More text line if you remember throwing newspapers on the court at Alligator Alley before the game.
Oh, Alligator Alley was just one of the greatest experiences of ever. And I was lucky enough to have it because I was born and raised here. But my God, that place was a great home court advantage for the Gators. And there's only 5,000 people that could get to the games. Man, people raised hell in that place. I mean, raised hell. And Bernard King, one of the famous New York Knicks who played in the NBA, is one of the great players for Tennessee. Under Ray Mears, played with a guy named Ernie Grunfeld. They called it the Bernie and Ernie Show. And Bernard King, man, he got into a little problem with the marijuana, and the crowd just got on him and on him and on him, and he didn't play well. It was amazing how the Gators fans reacted to basketball games at Alligator Alley. I think, Steve Russell would certainly be able to attest. Pat Dooley would be able to attest. Some of the Gator media members, the lifetime media members here in Gainesville would certainly be able to tell you all about it. But I'll never forget Alligator Alley. Now, Michael Schneider says I'm an elitist because I want nice things. So, okay, Michael, I will be proud of my elitism right now. Even though I'm not a coastal elite, I'm an inland elite because Gainesville's right in the middle. But I like nice things. I'm sorry. I'm not going to apologize for that. My age right now, hell with it. I'm not going to struggle. I want nice things. I think people do actually want nice things. And I like that Scott Strickland, University of Florida, is trying to make things more like other places have. You should go to that stadium at University of Texas. You should see that place they built for the Longhorns, that stadium. Hey, Sam! Hey man, I need a pressure wash. I'll get with you.
All right. In the meantime, at Atlantic Roofing,
All right.
we need a new roof, JC. Your roofing experts for residential commercial roofing with more than 50 years of local
Sorry,
experience.
I got distracted there, guys, but I had to flag Sam down. He's my pressure wash guy that works at the golf course.
All right, so JC, let's do our Peachland Dental.
All right, Peachland golf.
Peachland Dental, Gator Nation's #1 choice for dentistry in Port Charlotte and surrounding areas. Go check them out at peachlanddental.com. We are a week away from the Masters.
Yes, we are.
And we are, what is this, the Valero Open out in Texas?
It's in San Antonio, and this is the warm up, I guess, if you will. And also an opportunity. I think you qualify for the Masters, or you will get an invite to the Masters if you win this tournament and you're not already in the Masters. So there it is, PGA Tour and the Valero Texas Open at the Canyons course, the AT&T Canyons course, San Antonio. Since you had the second place finisher last week and I had the third place finisher, you get to pick first.
I will go first, and I will take. I'm gonna go with Ludwig Oberg.
Yeah. Okay. Ludwig, close this year. He's been close. He's played well. I think he took a week or two off. I'm gonna pick Sepp Straka. I think he will absolutely score big on this particular type of course. I like his game for this course.
I will take Michael Thorbjornsen.
You love that guy every week.
So good, so talented.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if he can get in the winner's circle. I'm going to go with Tommy Fleetwood. Big, great with the irons, very accurate. If his putting goes in, he'll be a threat.
And I will take Siwoo.
That's stunning.
I love me some Siwoo.
Well, Siwoo's having a good year, man. And you can't deny that. Well, since you're going to take a South Korean, I'm going to take a Japanese player. Who would that be, QB?
That would be Hideki Matsuyama.
Exactly right. And, I had Hitsune or whatever his name was.
He's had a hell of a year.
He's been great, but this is going to be Hideki's weekend, I think.
Okay, how many have we picked?
3.
Give me JC, is this a long course? Do you know? Let's see how long it is.
Oh, well.
Not that it matters. It does not matter.
No, not with these dudes. But it's not one of the harder courses. No.
Yeah. Give me Russell Henley.
In fact, it's actually short. It's 7,100.
Give me Russell Henley.
That was going to be my next pick. I think that's the best pick on the board right there. Russell Henley. Playing at 7,100 yards. This is not going to be one of your longer venues. So iron play, I think, is going to be important. Accuracy into the greens, all those things. Russell Henley's great around the green, and that should have been my first pick. I didn't do it, but I'm going to take a guy who's having a hell of a year as well. Winner on tour this year, Jacob Highsmith.
Jacob Highsmith?
No, it's not him.
Who the hell is he?
No, it's not him.
Jacob Bridgman?
Jacob Bridgman.
Joe Highsmith.
No, not Joe Highsmith. Jacob Bridgman. Jacob Highsmith. Who the hell is that? I meant Jacob Bridgman. Joe Highsmith is also on tour.
Is Jacob Bridgman even playing?
Oh, I thought I saw his name on
Maybe
here.
he is. I don't know. So I'm going to recap them. Thanks to Zach with his beautiful Peachland Dental golf pick billboard here. I have Ludwig Oakberg, Michael Thorby Ortson, Siwoo Kim, and Russell Henley. I
Oh,
believe American.
you know
You
what?
got Sepp Strachan. He called him Michael Fleetwood, Tommy Fleetwood, Hideki
I did.
Matsuyama,
I called
and
him Michael.
Jacob Bridgman. No, he
Wait a minute.
typed it in, Michael Fleetwood.
Yeah, Jacob Bridgman. Correction. I think you're right, QB. I don't think he is playing this weekend. And I saw Jacob on. What the hell? I can't see. I can't read. Change me from Bridgman if he's not playing to Jordan Spieth, please.
Okay, so Zach is doing this, updating it right now. That's good stuff. Good
Incredible.
stuff. Appreciate it, Zach.
Amazing
All right, so that's
technology.
our Peachland Dental picks for the Valero, and next week it is the Masters.
Masters, start watching golf, man. It's between the golf, we're gonna get to the NBA and NHL playoffs.
PMBC on YouTube, brought to you by Claude Plummer, says maybe Sam can go pressure wash the swamp.
Sam will do it, man. That guy is an animal. He's gonna do the pavers on the driveway. He's got to do this porch. It's spring cleaning time. It's April 1st. My cousin Dixie in Tallahassee, she's a Seminole, birthday today. She's 61. God bless her. Now, MSRK is trying to tell me that Illinois is the weakest team in the Final Four. I do think they are either the third or fourth.
Well, there are
team.
3 seeds, so that's probably what he's referring to. Now
Yeah.
they are an
they're playing.
international squad. They are extremely talented,
I
well
just like
coached. That's going to be just a brutal war between them and UConn. Both teams, I think, are extremely talented. However, I don't think it's one of UConn's most talented teams. They just
No.
find ways to win with their culture.
Well, good luck because the winner of Arizona, Michigan, I think, is going to be probably a 6 to 10 point favorite in the final game. And I think
No chance it's 10.
Well, okay, so maybe 6 or 7. But Michigan beat Illinois earlier in the year. That doesn't matter now. I know that, but they had no problems with them, matchup wise or otherwise. Beat them by 14 points in Champaign. Arizona, the front court. Arizona lost 2 games this year. QB, they were 36-2. They lost to Kansas and they lost to Texas Tech in successive weeks in the middle of February, in the middle of the Big 12 season without 3 starters. And they only lost by 3 and 4 points in both of those games. Arizona is the best team, I think, in the field, and Michigan is about this much behind them. And those two are the 2 best teams. Now, that they could play badly and not answer the call Monday night, but I got them winning. One of those 2 wins it. I don't know who to pick in that game. No idea.
Yeah. Andrew on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mellon Law, says, has the NBA made Billy Donovan too PC? Who cuts a player that averages 14 points a game when you're
I think the organization did that.
Yeah, Billy I think he just had to read a statement or whatever. It's ridiculous. Buddy and I got into that yesterday about that.
If you believe we live in a free country and there's freedom, that you believe in that, this kid was done wrong. Period. End of story. You got this idiot Steve Kerr and that clown Popovich, whatever his name, and all they do is complain about everything politically.
Well,
they don't even want
Popovich
to talk.
is no longer coaching.
Well, thank God, because I'm sick and tired of hearing him. But that Steve Kerr, he can have him. And, if he's allowed to say his crap, the NBA is run by China. It's basically run by China. If you love China, then you love it. But I don't. And this kid got screwed. And hopefully somebody
will pick. Well,
they did the same thing to Enes Kanter, the Celtics guy who didn't believe in certain things, and he was happy to talk about it. And I see Buddy's point about, well, it's corporate America and all this, but you don't live in a free country if you can't say something that's not, vulgar or rude or crude, or you can't scream fire in a movie theater. But if you can't say something that you believe in religiously or otherwise, then what the hell are we doing in this country calling it a free country? It's not. So I agree with you on that. I think that kid got screwed.
He's a good player too.
I think there's a huge double standard in the NBA. There has been now forever. And he's a good kid. So hopefully some owner will pick him up and make the decision that, you know what? He is free to say what he wants. I just need him to score 15 points a night and help us win basketball games. And the fans will love him either way.
Yeah. Asa says on Facebook Live, brought to you by Mello. JC, you and I agree on something.
Oh, good.
I like nice things. I fly first class and I sit comfortably, hence my touchdown terrace seats.
Okay, Asa has now gone way up the ladder.
Well, here's the difference.
I will say that.
The touchdown terrace folks do not usually stand up during the game.
No, they don't. And they have nice, comfortable chairback seats.
Yes.
And it does matter when you have something comfortable to sit on. Maybe you're not going to be as prone to stand as much, but I appreciate Asa for saying that, because flying first class is these days, with the way it is in the airlines and traveling, I mean, do yourself a favor, do it for yourself. I mean, extra $200, $300. Just, I mean, look, I'm just saying that this stadium is very old and has had some obsolete areas in it that need fixing. Okay, we're going to address that. But how about doing something for the fans and making it comfortable? Hell yeah. Spend the money. They'll pay it off. You know what? If you raise the tickets $10, $12, is anybody going to care when the Gators are 8-0? Is anybody going to care when Summerall's kicking someone's teeth in? Is anybody going to care that, and again, 200,000 people in Gainesville, Florida, it's only one thing that brings them together, and that's Gator football. Only one thing. 6 million Gator alumni, whatever they are around the country, only one thing brings them together on Saturday. It's Gator football. That stadium needs to be upgraded and needs to be improved. I went to Ohio State. I would have been embarrassed to say, look at my home field. Look at this stadium. Isn't it great? You've got a sciatica walking out of that place because of how uncomfortable it is. But it's Buckeye football, and they're all going to be in there. But I want nice things. So I'm all for it. Spend the damn money. I know there'll be cost overruns, but you got boosters like Gino. You got big Gator boosters like Gino who can help you out. Gino's going to open up the wallet. He'll fix it.
He will.
He'll make things. I mean, he'll make it good. He'll make it good for you.
When can you get Gino to go play around the golf?
Oh, Gino. But I think it's okay. Look, my friend Eric will spend the money. He just wants the Gators to win, man. Yep. And there's a lot of guys I know that would be happy to maybe spend a little bit more if it means helping this team win. Does a new stadium help them win? No, not at all. But it makes it comfortable, and it makes it I just think it's the way you should celebrate a Saturday. There's only 6 or 7 a year in Gainesville where everybody comes together in this town as one, unit with one common interest. And I think you raise hell for the Gators, they win, and you don't walk out of there with a crick in your back or something to that effect, hopefully. Anyway.
All right, JC, go track down Sam and get your stuff pressure washed. Have a great day. We'll see you on Friday.
Adios. See ya.
That's JC. Join us on the Titan More Hotline. Miapa is a proud sponsor of Gator Athletics at all Gator baseball home games. When the Gators win, you win a free cup of Cuban coffee from any Miapa location. Just show your ticket. Go Gators, go Miapa. Quick timeout, come back. We'll be joined by Edgar Thompson. Get his thoughts on Gator football, the stadium renovation, Tiger Woods, any other questions and comments, shoot them our way. You're watching and listening to PodUp Matthews in the Morning from the International Diamond Center Studios. We'll be right back.
Our premium sponsors are Atlantic Roofing, Campus USA Credit Union, International Diamond Center, J.F. Hayden's Craft Liqueurs, Los Landeros Tequila, Meldon Law, Titan MRI and Imaging, Castaway Sauce, UF Health Orthopedics, Michael Snyder PLLC, Florida Legends Gala and Experience, South State Bank. Gridiron sponsors are Baker Sports, Florida Cracker Oyster, Electronics World, Gallo Car Wash, Miapa Latin Cafe, Peachland Dental, Quality Plumbing, Ruse Ogre State Farm, Silverback Concrete, 84 Lumber, Big Mills Cheesesteaks, Celebrate Primary Care, Gator Bait Media, Florida Cracker Kitchen, Gator Dominoes, Ironwood Golf Course, McDonald's of Gainesville, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, UF Bookstores, International Gold and Diamond Exchange, Advocare, MGNA Wealth, Comfort Temp. Watch and listen to us live on Facebook or YouTube. Listen to podcasts wherever on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Remember to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And to advertise, be sure to call my man Freddie at 352-284-3733.
By now, you heard about the Florida Legends Experience and Gala, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Warfel, and Steve Spurrier, all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at fllegends.com. That's fllegends.com.
Naysayers, setbacks, injuries. Life throws a lot of hurdles your way. The key is just keep jumping them.
Coach, you know what always impressed me, how you beat Florida State to win the 1996 National Championship.
And I was really impressed with your 06, 08, and 09 Gator teams.
And the way you coached Danny to the Heisman Trophy.
A lot like what you did with Tim Tebow.
You know, you won more SEC championships than you lost home games at the Swamp.
And you had plenty of super games in front of our Gator Nation.
Yeah, there really is something special about the Swamp.
I guess that's why we say about the Swamp, only the Gators get out alive.
To the Swamp and the Gators, with the best beverage served at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, 100% agave, Los Landeros tequila, aged in bourbon barrels for a smoother taste.
I think you mean head beer coach, 1966 lager, a crisp, light, bodied lager for easy drinking.
Nope. Los Landeros tequila, smooth enough to drink neat, bold enough to elevate a cocktail.
1966 lager, enjoyed on game days in the fall or whenever you need a winning cold brew.
Los Landeros tequila.
1966 lager.
Los Landeros.
1966 lager.
Y'all stop bickering.
Okay, you're both wrong anyway. The best thing Spurrier's Gridiron Grill offers are Jerry's famous chocolate chip cookies.
Welcome back to the International Diamond Center Studios. Did you know that Money Metals Depository offers state-of-the-art storage services for your gold and silver? Their facility is super secure, larger than Fort Knox, located right next to the county sheriff's office with top-tier security, audits, and full insurance through Lloyd's of London. Skip the stress of storing metals at home and trust Money Metals to protect your growing wealth. Visit moneymetals.com to learn more. Back to the Titan More Hotline. Our man Edgar Thompson from the Orlando Sentinel joins us. Good morning, Edgar. How are you?
I'm good. I'm stuck up in the corner again.
Well, he'll fix it. All right, Edgar, let's start first. Ollie is transferring. Are you surprised?
I was a little surprised. Yeah, I was. But he probably wants to play, and that's not happening here. And he's been working his tail off. I've been over there interviewing players, Xavier Lee one time, Chenulu another, after practices, Tommy Houck the other day. Ollie's always out there at the end with a trainer, like running end to end. I mean, he's been working his butt off. It isn't like he's just showing up and doing his thing and going home. I mean, he's really been dedicating and trying to become a, viable player. And to do so, needs better endurance. There's a reason Todd Golden throwing in with 8 minutes to go in games that they're winning by 30. I mean, not only is he wants to actually get a little bit more practice with the players he's going to use and get them more repetitions, Ollie can't play more than a couple of minutes at a time. So he just puts him in with like 1:30, and that's like all Ollie's got in the tank. Yeah. And so you just can't play if you can't. You watch these NCAA tournament games, I'm marvel at how hard these guys can keep, how they play at the end. I mean, that's right. Their endurance is incredible. So he's not explosive. He doesn't have endurance. He doesn't have good lateral movement. And
He just is 7'9". That's what.
and his hands are suspect. So that's kind of all those elements are important to playing basketball. And being 7'9" alone isn't going to do it. So at this level. So we'll see. I
Yeah,
hope he lands in a great place. The kid handled himself with incredible
yeah,
like poise and just friendliness, whatever you want to say. I mean, he was in the microscope like nobody's ever been.
yeah.
And he
He
handled it great.
needs to go to a lower level and try to play some. And people forget. Somebody on here asked, does he have will he get a decent size NIL deal? People forget he's a walk on. I don't think so.
He might get a little something if somebody just wants to get some fannies in the seats. I don't know if he's going to draw fans though. But he is a fascination, and again, like I said, he's handled it better than you could think anyone would. I mean, it's not a comfortable position to be in.
George has a text here, Edgar, for you, and I can't remember if we addressed this last week or not, but it's regarding this is on the Titan More text line regarding it's kind of long-winded regarding the article that came out last week, I think, about DJ Lagway, about how he never went to class, didn't really get involved with his teammates, isolated himself, whether that was his camp, whether Billy Napier and the staff did that. Do you know the article? I don't know if we talked about this
I
or
read
not.
it.
Did we talk about this or no?
I don't remember.
Just your thoughts on that. It's kind of it kind of bothers me because he didn't get the college experience, right? I mean, look, Tim Tebow was way more famous than he was, and he went to class.
Jacob Noah, one of my favorite stories I did back from that group was Joe talking about going to class one day, and this young woman was like kind of following him that he hadn't recognized, came into the class, sat down, and then the class ended and she wanted his autograph. She wasn't even a student. So she followed him to class. So that was a great story. But remember, he was so good telling stories and just his personality. But yeah, DJ, I don't know, man. We talked about it. I think definitely part of it was his camp, so to speak, parents, agents, whatever, handlers. I mean, that's not a word I really like using, but the group around him giving him advice. And he didn't obviously get great advice on all fronts. And online classes are available, and I think there are a number of athletes. Graham Mertz talked about this. I think but he was also like a 6-year senior, doing grad classes, right? He wasn't like doing electives as a freshman or sophomore or whatever, and not going to class. I guess as his freshman, he wasn't going to class. And you're not, enjoying, as you said, the college experience. You're not meeting you could make a lifelong friend. We're talking about Gator basketball. Tommy Houck and Alex Connon are going to be friends for life because they're roommates and they just got to know each other that way. And I don't know that DJ in that isolation even made friends. It's kind of sad, really. And yeah, he got a lot of NIL money and all this, but he lost out on a lot at the same time. And then, as you and I discussed, these injuries that he's had and how these athletes now will go through their camps will oversee the process of recovery and surgery and all this. And right, we've talked about this and how the university isn't really steering the ship on these things. So they don't even really know what's going on sometimes. So the whole thing was kind of a mess with DJ. I don't know what his camp's motivation is, talking to Matt Hayes and laying out all this dirty laundry, so to speak. And I talked to his camp, so to speak, many times during DJ's 2 years. I had a pretty good relationship with one of the people, and I never heard any of this.
Yeah.
So it seems a little revisionist history to me, some of it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's not our problem anymore. Let's talk about the current team. You've seen a couple of practices. They had a scrimmage Saturday. I heard there were some drop balls. I was out of town, so I didn't get a chance to go. But just the overall kind of the feel, the vibe of the team this far through spring football. How do you feel?
I mean, John Summerall yesterday was saying this team's not nearly as physical and consistently tough as he wants. I really, and it sounds like coach speak and all that, but when he says it kind of like hits a little differently. I mean, this guy wants to create just a, you know, as he said, calloused, gritty team. He's like, those are the teams that win in this league. Go look at last season. How many times did they run out of gas during the second half or late in games? Against USF, they ran out of gas. Forget this. Miami started beating them down by the end. A&M second half pulled away. The list goes on, but I mean, Ole Miss, all these teams that pull away from Florida, Florida wasn't just getting run over by teams. I mean, Tennessee ran them over, Kentucky ran them over, but that was by the time Gonzalez and the interim coach thing, and the whole thing had gone off the rails. Now they rallied for Florida State, but they weren't any good. But the point I'm making is they wore out against a lot of teams over the years under Billy. This John Summerall knows what he's inherited, and he's trying to instill a new level of physicality and toughness to this program with Rusty Witt, the strength program, but also on the field. He said yesterday, man, these last 2 weeks are going to be physical. This is going to be a physical 2 weeks. They're not letting off the gas. In fact, they're putting the foot down. So I like that about him. It doesn't just sound like coach speak. And I think it's something that you and a lot of people have questioned about this program for a number of years. It's just kind of the level of ability to finish games and toughness.
Yeah, we have not been a physical football team in many, many years. And there's different ways to be physical, but we haven't been physical in any of those ways at all.
Do you think it's a misnomer because I never knew. I mean, I always thought Steve Spurrier's teams were kind of finesse teams.
But we were physical in a different way. It's hard to explain. And a lot of times physicality comes from the type of players you have, right? There's some tough some bitches that play football. Then there's some that are good players that aren't as tough. And, I understand, and we have not been strong in the trenches from a weight room standpoint. I get that 100%. But as I said on the show yesterday, and I think what they're doing is great. I'm not a weight room guy, but I played with a lot of players that were extremely strong in the weight room. They weren't worth a damn as football players. And that's just part of it. Then I've seen some guys that aren't real strong in the weight room that are elite football players. So it's kind of a mixture of everything that needs to go right. But I have not thought we were a physical, tough football team in many years. I think this staff, it doesn't happen overnight. It's going to take time. They have to buy into the culture and all that kind of stuff. And they're heading in the right direction. I like this staff a lot. And now we just got to go win games.
Well, that's what he said. Just to finish real quick, Brendan Bett was one guy that he mentioned as bringing it every day. And TJ Shanahan, the transfer lineman from Penn State, I think he's like John Jalapio's cousin, right? Used to be at A&M, then went to Penn State, and Phil Troutline wanted to bring him. But those were two he singled out. But he wasn't heaping praise on guys. He was even saying, Jaden Baugh, who we're getting today, even needs some pushing at times. And he goes, he's very self-motivated, but we're pushing him. He goes, I don't need to be his friend. He's like, I want him to respect me, but I'm here to get the best out of these kids. So I like him. I mean, he isn't going to be soft on these guys at all. And I'm not saying Billy was soft on them, but I mean, the results are the results. So, yeah. So that's his messaging, and we'll see. I think it'll be interesting to see the spring game. I don't know what they're going to exactly do, but just see how the team looks.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch it. So let's switch gears a little bit. Some sad news or bad news in the world of golf. one of the greatest of all time. We all know about what happened with Tiger. It looks like he's going off to rehab. Very lucky he has not killed himself or anyone else in all these incidents. Just your thoughts on a guy like Tiger going through this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that he'd had this kind of, after the first incident in 17, it seemed like he might have kind of cleaned it up, but he's made public appearances that have raised some eyebrows. I listen to a lot of golf podcasts. I mean, I'm into golf and report on it a little bit, like with Bay Hill, TPC, and some other events, Father Son, where Tiger's been at the Father Son. And he didn't play in it this year because of his body, but, and he just draws a crowd. I mean, he's the needle mover, and fans love the guy and have forgiven him time and again for whatever is his indiscretions in his infidelity, his missteps publicly. I mean, the incident in Memorial Day 2017, that didn't keep fans from lining. I mean, he was the draw at the Father Son, for example, with Charlie. Yeah, I guess I'm hoping that Charlie, who's heading to Florida State, and his daughter, who introduced him at the World Golf Hall of Fame, when he went inducted into the Hall of Fame, she introduced him. She might have been 16, 17. She was wonderful. I attended it and wrote about it, and she was amazing. I mean, she's a 20-ish, 21-year-old, like, I think she might play soccer. I don't know. Smart, beautiful young woman. His son is his universe. I mean, he loves his kid. His kids, man, just need to say something like, right, Dad, you gotta get past this. If he can't do it for those two, I mean, do it for yourself, but do it for at least your two kids. Because this was like, I mean, it was pretty shocking how it all went down. He's claiming he was on his phone. The guy's been in chronic pain for 20 years. I mean, for him to have a problem with, opioids or whatever is not like shocking. A lot of people get, those things get their claws in people, man, and never let go, especially people with chronic pain in particular. So it's a sad state of affairs. I hope he gets past it.
Yeah,
The problem is he's going to be in pain for the rest. I mean, he's in pain.
Yeah, he's in pain. And Andy's question on Facebook Live brought to you by Mel Law. Do you think Tiger plays in a PGA event in the next couple of years, if at all? I don't think Tiger is going to play anymore. I just, from the pain standpoint, I don't think he can be competitive. Those guys, if they don't think they can win, they probably aren't going to play. I don't think he can compete with the guys on tour now.
Yeah, he might do the Champions Tour thing. The tour would love that. It would actually, breathe some life into the Champions Tour. The thing with Tiger, that this is the thing that is a little bit sad from my perspective, and I don't know quite enough, but I'm just making an inference. He's like the cash cow, right? He's like a whole industry unto himself. So anytime that guy's out on the course swinging a stick, I mean, money, checks are getting cashed. Endorsements. I mean, he's showing up to this TGL thing. I mean, that's just money in people's pockets, including himself. But a lot of people are reliant on Tiger, whether it's his handlers in his camp, his foundation, all this stuff. These are big money making operations. He's got a new sport. He's got the sportswear, right? He's got that.
Sunday Red.
Yeah, so he's got all this going on. He doesn't need the money himself, but he's got employees. He's got like friends of his from Stanford, doing his golf courses. He's got guys who have been with him for decades. I mean, Tiger's like their meal ticket. And this happens, right? And he doesn't need the money, but he's like an industry. So for him to keep, be getting out there and making appearances and trying to swing a golf club, I mean, he's still cashing checks, man. I mean, he shows up anywhere. And I mean, people will pay him millions of dollars just to like do stuff involving swinging a golf club. So I don't know if he's given up or not, but he needs to get well. I mean, just full sake of full disclosure, I mean, not people watching this. I mean, I've had my issues with things over the years. You got to if you hit a point, you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
And if this isn't rock bottom for Tiger Woods, I don't know what he needs.
Yeah. AU Gator on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing, says he should talk to Scott Cochran, the previous strength and conditioning coach at Alabama, who went through opioid addiction.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I mean, I live in pain. I've never had pain pills. Probably don't need to take them either. But people get addicted to them. I've heard about it a lot. It's not a good deal. So
When it
hopefully,
can kill you too, like you were talking about killing himself behind the wheel or others, OD on that crap. I mean, obviously we've seen a million people OD on fentanyl. You get whatever, get something. It's just sad. And everyone loves Tiger and they will love him again. That's
yeah.
the thing. He seems to be like the Teflon man when it comes to these public stumbles, and people forgive him and move on. But at some point, people are going to get sick of it. And he's heavily involved in the direction of the tour, Brian Rolap and all that, right? He's on the board and all that. I don't know whether they're going to distance themselves from him, but I don't know that he's going to be involved in that going forward. And I don't know that Brian Rolap would want that, honestly, for the image of the tour.
All right, Edgar, before we get you out of here, switching back to Gator football, spring game is next week. Has John Summerall said had anything like, is it going to be a really competitive deal, or has he kind of laid out the format yet?
He's kind of hinted at something the other day. I mean, it's going to be kind of scrimmagey, and I don't know that it's going to be a full-on four-quarter, deal. I'm just not sure. We haven't found out. They're scrimmaging again on Saturday, and so he's getting 3 scrimmages in if you include the spring game. So, yeah, I mean, look, John Summerall's likable as can be, and he doesn't hide his feelings. So he's letting us know what he feels about the team right now, and he sees a lot of work ahead for this program.
Okay, this is the one question. This is a text from Johnny on the Titan More text line. If we had to play a game today, who is the starting quarterback?
I mean, I'm assuming it would be Philo just because he knows the offense and the operation. And that's critical, right? You got to know what you're doing out there. But Tramel Jones, I think, they've been very impressed with, but he's definitely behind when it comes to knowing Buster Faulkner's system, having not played in it for the past 2 years like Aaron Philo did.
And Conyer Ryan wants to know on YouTube, brought to you by Quality Plumbing, Saturday scrim, is it open to the public? I doubt it.
No, I don't think it's not open to the media, but snippets do get out with certain people on the beat. So keep an eye out for that.
And real quick, we just had another text come in. Want to know, were you surprised to see Ron Zook around campus? He lives in Ocala.
I'm bummed I didn't know. I mean, Zook and I weren't like best buddies, but I actually really liked Ron. I would have loved to have gone and said hello. All of us, Mark Long and I were both here for Zook and Kevin Brockway, but that's about it. But yeah, we all heard after the fact, but I think it's great. It's like John Summerall pointed out, look, the guy was here under Spurrier when they were winning big. He recruited a huge
the 06 team he's responsible for.
Yeah, I mean, he had the #1 class in the country in 2003, 6 5-stars in that class, and Phil Troutwine he recruited actually before Urban got here and he signed with him. But anyway, so Brian Zook has has a footprint on this program, and some of it wasn't great, but some of them is worth remembering.
No doubt. Edgar, good stuff as always. You can follow Edgar on Twitter at OS Gators. Appreciate your time, my man.
Thanks, Shane.
That's Edgar Thompson. Join us on the Titan More Hotline. Castaway Hot Sauce Company, from mile to wild. They have a flavor for every Gator fan. Available at your local Publix. CastawaySauceCompany.com. Appreciate everybody chiming in. Thanks to Edgar and JC. We'll see you tomorrow, folks. Take care.